Hi everyone, it's Crafty Tuesday Magic Mix. I'm Christy Hickey and just got online. Hope everybody's doing well. Hi Sherry. And maybe we'll have a few more come on in just a few minutes. It usually takes like 30 seconds or so for the transmission of the internet world to get out there. So anyway, today we are going to do bath fizzies. I've never made them before until this morning. They were a lot of fun, and it looks like a lot of fun in the bathtub too if you want to take a good soaking. Winter coming up and all the dry skin. Plus we've just been through summer and a lot of us have been tanned or too much sun and working in the yard. So I thought this might be a good little craft for us to do. The ingredients that you'll need, if you want to get some pen and paper and write this down, it's a very simple recipe, very easy. And I also, not only did I learn how to make bath fizzies today, also learned that Epsom salts is available now with essential oils in it. Yay! So this here is Dr. Teal's Epsom salt, and I chose the lavender. It's not purple like lavender, it's white, but it smells like lavender. I mean, it's very potent. Just a little bit will do you. They have eucalyptus. What else do they have? Coconut oil with something else in it. But it was wonderful. It was like 6 to 8 different flavors of essential oils in this. I'll put the bag up here so you can see. In this Epsom salt, and this is a 3-pound bag, so this will go a long ways. That's your first ingredient. You will need some baking soda, okay, and some citric acid. This is a small container. I had difficulty finding it at Walmart. It was in the area where you get your canned goods. And this is a small 7.5 ounce little bottle. I'd like to find a larger one, especially if you're going to do quite a bit making gifts for Christmas time, or have a good stash for yourself, right? So the recipe calls for baking soda, Epsom salt, your citric acid, and if you want to color, choose a food coloring of your choice. And if you don't get the Epsom salts with the essential oils in it, you can pick up your favorite essential oil, and you'll need 12 drops of that, and a water bottle. This is an old Windex bottle. I just put some clear water in it. So let's get started. You'll also need a grinder. This is a coffee grinder, and I picked it up also this morning. I didn't want to use my coffee grinder for it, so this will be strictly for making bath salts, stuff like that. It was less than $10, I think. So anyway, you'll need one of these. All right, let's get started. I'm going to put the camera down, and I'll tell you the recipe as I go along, the specific ingredients. So here we go. All right, you'll need 1 cup of baking soda, And I have two bowls here. One, I'm going to put all the ingredients in. I'm going to mix them all together. And the reason why I have two bowls here is I'll mix all the ingredients in here, and then I have to put it into the grinder, and I'll put it in the other bowl when it gets through when it's all grounded up real fine. And even though the baking soda is extra fine, it's the Epsom salt that you want grounded. So we have 1 cup of baking soda. We're going to need a 1/4 cup of the Epsom salt. A 1/4 cup of Epsom salt. There you go. And you'll need a 1/2 cup of the citric acid. This was 7.5 ounces. I made 1 batch this morning, so I just divided the bottle in half. All right, this would be the time that if you wanted to color it, that you put your food coloring in it, and you only need 1 to 2 drops of food coloring. But I'm going to keep it white. So now for your grinding, let's see, let's stir this up real good. And we'll put it in the grinder. And it doesn't take very long to grind this up. Doesn't seem to be on here correctly. There we go. I have 1 coffee grinder that is so loud. It sounds like the Ninja bullet thing. So after it's grounded, we're going to switch it over to this bowl. And it's very powdery. Okay. A little bit more. And like I said, this lavender Epsom salt is very potent. So if you wanted a bath with just that, you don't need a whole lot. I think this is going to take about 3 times. Filling this up. How's everybody doing today? Everybody in the North Carolinas? Praying for y'all, praying for that storm to just go out. Go out to sea. Well, I'm having difficulty getting this top off. There we go. Let's see here. This stuff kind of gets hard, so you might have to do some scraping a little bit. I'm also going to clean the rim with this thing. This is the second batch that I've used with this, so I should have rinsed it out. All right, here we go. Might have to do this after this time one more time. There we go. Sherry says she's having a sunshiny day. Where's everybody at? What state are you in? Are you in Florida, Alabama? Whoops. South Carolina, North Carolina? See, it's kind of hard in the bowl already. So we have one more time of this, and then we'll start being able to do the fun stuff of mixing it and putting it in a mold. So far we've used baking soda, the Epsom salt that has the essential oils in it already, and the citric acid. That's it. So far, 3 ingredients. Okay, let's see if I can get this thing off without causing a lot of dust everywhere. There we go. So I'm going to take this little nifty gadget. It helps you knead the dough. Well, it does a wonderful job for this. What I'm doing is I'm going in here and I'm just kind of breaking up all the clumps a little bit. I don't mind if there's small ones because they'll all go together, but I don't want any large clumps. Okay. So this is what it looks like. And we're going to give it, we have our water bottle. We're going to give it a couple of spritzes of water. And this stuff does fizz quite a bit. And stir it around. I had a large spoon. You want this kind of damp. Not real wet, just damp. It's already fun. I mean, you can see this stuff, it grows. In fact, I didn't know how much to put in the cupcake tin is what I'm using for the mold. And I filled them to the top, you know, and I was pushing it down in there, mashing it hard because it needs to be compacted, and stepped away from it for a few minutes and came back, and it had expanded so much it was all over the counter. It was funny. So there we go. We've got it damp. And have another mold right here. And I'd recommend that you just fill it maybe halfway. I'm going to push them down, but for right now I'm going to put just a little bit in each one. These would need to dry overnight. take some saran wrap and put on top of here very tight, so it will help keep them from, if they do, I mean, it's going to expand, that's for sure, but it'll help it keep from it running over. And so I'm just going to push this down in here. Now you could do these in little fancy molds if you have some heart-shaped or little clear balls. You could put them in that. This came off of the Martha Stewart site. I would let them dry overnight. It's got quite a bit of moisture in it. And then put them in your baggies. Or you could just set them out. Really, you could just set them out around your bathtub. But if you were to give them as a gift, you could. They have these little plastic gift bags. Be real cute to put them in. Different colored gift bags. Get you some fancy ribbon, or so that's not damp enough. There we go. House smells like lavender already. So that's what you're going to end up with. And like I said, it'll keep expanding. So don't fill your muffin tin or your cupcake tin or whatever you're using as your mold. Don't fill it up all the way. I'll show you why, because stuff just grows and grows and grows. But I came up with a little trick that is going to solve that problem. This, believe it or not, is the cupcake tin that I did this morning. I only filled it up halfway. So what I've discovered, I thought, okay, I'm just going to let it expand. So I need to see how much it grows, right? Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this one out of the mold, and I don't think Martha Stewart told us everything, because a lot of this was figuring out. So this is one of them. And what I'm going to do is roll it into a ball. So it's had time to expand. It's had a couple hours to expand. And what I've discovered is I'm just going to go ahead and let it expand. Then I'm going to roll it into a ball. And even rolling it into the ball, let's see, will still give you time to play with it a little bit. Take a little bit of your dry mixture and roll the ball around in it. So you've got a little powder coating on the outside of it. And it's good, it's easy to handle that way. But I'm going to show you what it does in the water. I mean, some of y'all might know already. But I thought this was the neatest thing. These things just kind of like explode, and it's probably because of the citric acid. So you could do that to a couple of them and have you a really nice bubbly end of the day soaking tub. Depending on the size. There you go. It's almost like Alka-Seltzer and plop, plop, fizz, fizz. So let it expand and then take it out of your mold. Roll it into a ball. And either put it in a container, plastic bag. There you go. Or let it continue air drying. So as you can see, and these were tiny, these were smalls. These weren't maybe an inch round circle. If you had some that were like 3 or 4 inches round, you could get some really good soaking action going on here. I really appreciate everybody hanging out with me. The Fluid Art Thursday class is going to be at 2 o'clock this Thursday instead of 1. 2 o'clock. I've got an appointment that morning and I don't want to have a time crunch. So we're going to do Fluid Art at 2 o'clock this Thursday. I'll also post that. The September clearance jewelry is still going on. There's a few pieces left. And I've taken the orders of the ladies that would like to have some. Hopefully next week I can start on the new designs. I think y'all will be really happy with what's coming up. And have the jewelry party tomorrow night at the Surf Restaurant, where there's a couple of seats available. So get in touch with me if you can do it through Facebook, or ChristinaHickey.com is my website. You can get in touch with me there if you're still interested in going to the jewelry party. And everybody take care. Hugs to everybody. Bye for now.